Hello and welcome to the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Cam, we're previewing the AFC East, my Buffalo Bills division for the 2024 season. The Bills, 4 straight division titles. Last year, they were 3 games behind with 3 games to go, and the Miami Dolphins blew a lead. Thanks to that Tennessee Titans gaffe on Monday Night Football. It was a crazy finish to the season. And this year, with all the changes, it looks like the Bills are being counted out. Not by Vegas, but by the analysts and talking heads you see on TV.
I got to tell you, Drew, I think it's a huge overreaction. And I look at the division, I think there's a lot of question marks with everybody else. What about Miami and Tua? How's his head? They lose Van Ginkel. They lose a lot of guys. They had half of these guys. Like we were talking about guys like Klein playing for the Bills. What about Miami? They got a lot of guys that are like hanging on by a thread. New York Jets, they're a dangerous team. But Aaron Rodgers could get hurt. I get it. Tyrod Taylor's a competent backup compared to Zach Wilson. But I'm going to tell you, is he that good? That's the whole thing. It's stupid to me to just say, oh, the Buffalo Bills are done. You know what? Josh Allen is Josh Allen. I think they drafted Coleman, the receiver from Florida State. I think is going to be good. It might take a while for him to get going.
He might not be anything special.
Yeah, but he will be special. But the thing is, he's a rookie too. But I think this team, if they get off to a good start, I think it's very important. And then as they get deeper into the season, Shakir's a good possession receiver. They still got weapons. Allen could take the bull by the horns. Here's the deal. I think Diggs too. A lot of these things, Drew, I know they pretended they're buddies and all, but there was a lot of distractions in Buffalo with McDermott, with everybody else. And I think people are like, pump the brakes. The Buffalo Bills still, I look at that team and go, there's a lot of questions with Miami and the Jets too.
Okay, so let's get into the odds here, Cam. I just had them here. I don't know what the heck I just did with them.
Wearing a Blue Jays shirt too, Drew. Well, you're one of the last few. Support the team.
No, I don't. I do not support any of them.
Those guys are killing me.
Shit in the bed. So the AFC East odds, Cam. The Buffalo Bills are the favorites right now, plus 165. The Jets are plus 185. The Miami Dolphins are plus 210, and the New England Patriots are plus 2,700. We'll start with the roster turnover on the Bills, Cam. Their over/under for wins total is 10.5. I'll get what you think out of that after this. It's plus money too, 10.5. Their record against 9 teams with more than 9 wins was 5-0 last season. They beat Miami, they beat KC, they beat Dallas. They lost Diggs and Gabriel Davis. That's huge losses. They brought in Keon Coleman and Curtis Samuel. I mean, what percentage would you give that loss? Like 40%? Like those are 2 big blows.
They are big blows, but you also have to remember teams keyed on Diggs, right? And Samuel's a very competent receiver, and
he had his best season ever with Joe Brady.
Thank you. And another thing though, Drew, is this kid out of Florida State special. You've seen Coleman play. I watch Florida State Seminole games. Like, just everyone needs to relax a bit. I think it's going to be a good draft pick. And and I think Shakir is actually really good. The more balls, and the thing about the Buffalo Bills is I love their tight ends. I think Dalton Kincaid, there's a reason he got drafted out of Utah in the first round. He's an absolute stud. And then you got Knox, right?
Knox,
so this is the whole thing. I'm listening to people going like, why are you so down on this team? I think a lot of the other teams, listen, this division is up for grabs, though. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy and things go well, let's worry about the Jets. I worry more about Miami than the Jets because...
let's get to Miami after this game. Let's get to Miami after the Bills.
Sure.
Let's talk about a few more of their losses. They lost their best pass rusher in Leonard Floyd. Von Miller took a huge pay cut to come back, so he looked okay in the Chiefs playoff game. Looked like he was getting his knee bounced back, but like 2 years removed from knee surgery now. He's got to find it. Otherwise, their pass rusher may be an issue. They lost their starting center, Mitch Morse, starting linebacker, Terrell Dodson, starting corner, Dane Jackson, and Trey White. Their center now moved. Their guard, McGovern's is moving to center. Tim Settle, they lost on the D-line. They lost both Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer at safety. They have a lot of changes. I think their biggest worry, Cam, is their defensive side. So let me ask you now, 10.5 wins, plus 130 for over 10.5. That means they just have to go 11-6. Can the Buffalo Bills go 11-6 and beat that win total?
I think it's a great number. I actually think it's a really good number because I think they win 10 or 11, Drew. I don't know how you feel about it. That defensive side of the ball, too. I know Tre'Davious White going to the Rams. Is it going to be a huge loss? But this is the thing. I know you can rebuild through the draft and you can have guys that can step up. And I think they're not, I think it's a little bit, I understand what people are concerned about, but other teams have weaknesses as well. I know those are a lot of losses, but Buffalo still has Allen. And I think a lot of the distractions held this team back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like every
true.
week it was something, Drew. And I think that can't be, you have to measure that and go like Diggs and give me the damn ball and the McDermott story. And can't these guys just shut the fuck up? Like, let's play some football. Like, you know what I mean, Drew? But honestly, let's play football. Let's get, and they have a running game. And the thing is, that running game is going to set things up.
I think James Cook is the key to their offense.
Oh,
I think he's going to be a great pick in fantasy because everything's going to run through him.
Great call, Drew. And that's the whole thing. The Buffalo Bills, I'm going to tell you one thing, overs. because they're going to give up points and they're going to score. They're going to have to be that team like we're going to beat you 31-27 type of thing. And if they have the ball last, I think Allen's the type of guy to go for a game-winning drive. I don't know how they're going to do come playoff time if they can stay healthy and get there, but I think 10.5 wins is a respectable number. It is plus money. I think the Bills probably win 11 games, right on the number.
Cam, some very smart people out there are projecting Josh Allen's stat line, and they have him throwing for just 3,100 yards and 22 touchdowns. And I was like, guys,
that's insane.
Did his arm fall off? Like, he's been over 4,000 yards in 4 straight seasons. Like, I really think they're discounting how good 17 is versus how good the receivers were. Like, no offense, Diggs, amazing player. Gabe Davis, I don't think was that special. I think a lot of
Davis was a one-trick pony. He threw the ball deep.
So many drops.
Yes.
Cam. He was a great blocker. I'll give him that. Quickly, we'll go through their schedule here. I want to see you say over on the wins, but I'm going to tally how many wins you give them. Okay.
Yep.
Week 1, Arizona, win or loss.
Win.
Week 2, Miami, win or loss. At Miami.
Win.
Week 3, Jacksonville.
Win.
Week 4, at Baltimore.
Loss.
Okay. Week 5, at Houston.
God, man, you're coming at me. It's almost like I just stepped in the ring and you just already gave me a punch before I was ready
I
to
want to hear it. Let's go.
Loss.
Ooh, 3-2. All right. Week 6 at New York Jets.
Win.
Okay. Week 7 Week 7 versus Tennessee at home.
Win.
Okay. Week 8 at Seattle.
Win. They'll beat Seattle.
Week 9 versus Miami.
They'll lose one game to Miami, so loss.
Ooh, at home they're gonna lose. All right. Week 10 at Indy.
Win.
Week 11, KC comes to Buffalo.
Win.
Ooh. Week 13 bye. Week 14, San Fran.
At San Fran or at Buffalo?
At Buffalo.
Why are you doing this to me? Win.
Ooh, all right. Week I don't even know what week I'm on right now, but at LA Rams.
That could be a loss, actually. I don't like that game for them.
Okay.
That could be a sneaky loss. Yeah.
Okay. Next week at Detroit.
Loss.
Ooh, okay. Versus New England.
Win.
Versus New York Jets.
I think they sweep the Jets this year. Win.
Okay. And then at New England.
Win.
So you have them 12-5, Cam. So you love the over.
And I at 11. And Drew, like, this is a hard game to play. Like,
I'm just saying. No, I just wanted to see.
It's not like I'm on a game show here.
I wanted examples of why.
It's okay.
And you have them splitting with Miami, losing to Houston, losing to the Rams. That's how easy I think they can get over this 10.5 number, Cam, at plus 130.
See, that you bring up a good point there. Like, this is a very hard game to play. Like, you threw that at me, and I'm like, kind of like, and Drew, games are not won and lost on paper, and I probably will screw it up. Like, obviously, things happen in the NFL. A game that I said they're going to win, they're going to lose. Maybe the Jets beat them or whatever. But if you really go look at their schedule and how bad New England is compared to the rest of the division with their games, it's an attainable schedule. I think 11 is realistic. 12 is very good.
Yeah, so the fact that you said they can get 12 just off the top of your head based on their schedule, I think that means they have the potential to get to 13 or 14, also to fall to 10. But I think the potential of them being higher than 10.5 is right there because we're saying worst case scenario, they're a 10-win team.
Yep.
And their over-under is 10.5. I just think it's plus money. You have to take it, yeah. Okay, moving on to the second favorites in the division, Cam. The New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers likely coming back. We don't know, actually. He's not even practicing. He didn't show up for OTAs.
Who knows?
He's going to be 41 during the season. Oldest quarterback in the league. Cam, they were 3-6 against teams with 9 wins or more. Can we count anything we saw last year with Rodgers out? Like, we can't take anything for granted, right?
Yeah. Want to know why? Because their coaching staff reeks.
Yeah,
I think Salah is one of the worst coaches in the league. And if it's a close game, I'll project him to lose. People want to come at other coaches in the league. This guy knows how to manage nothing.
Their defense is very good, though.
Jets, that's the problem for Buffalo and the rest of the division.
Yeah.
The defense is absolutely electric. And I think Breece Hall is a very dangerous guy. He's a great safety valve, and he's going to have a huge year. I loved him at Iowa State, and I love him. The thing about the Jets, though, is with Rodgers, I don't care if he gets hurt. Tyrod Taylor, sure. But is he like it's a tough division or whatever? I'm going to tell you, Drew, I don't want to sound like a jerk. We predicted this last year, and I'm not happy. I don't wish injury upon anybody. I'm not.
Yeah, we said before the season that Rodgers' O-line isn't good enough for him. Like, he's going to get hurt. You said it. I remember you were like, he's going to be hurt by week 4, and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
And I was right.
Fourth play of the season, he got hurt.
It was unbelievable. And the thing is, I still think there's weaknesses there. This guy is not a young guy, and Drew, he's not like other quarterbacks going in. Like right now, there's a lot of guys in the league in the weight room. Aaron Rodgers is not. He's on like a mushroom trip, or he's talking about doing whatever.
He's wearing special shoes for his Achilles. Like that's
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Honestly, I know he loves the game. I know he's one of the best quarterbacks, but Father Time waits for nobody. And I will tell you, teams in the league are going to want to murder this guy. You don't think anybody wants to knock this guy out for all, like, I'm going to tell you, Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys, like, it used to be cool. Like, I'll help you up after a hit. After the last couple of years, I think there's a lot of guys in the league that think he's an absolute turkey, and they would love to just like absolutely pummel him. The Jets will always find a way to jet. They'll always find a way to screw it up, no matter how good they get. It's just one of those things. It's kind of like the Leafs in hockey or other things. You could look at them and go, wow, they look pretty good, but it seems to be the same result. So I have a feeling Aaron Rodgers, sure, you're not going to say he's going to get hurt in the first game, but there's problems here. And if you don't protect that guy, you're dead. The good news is Tyrod Taylor can kind of, he's a little bit mobile, but I still think there's weakness on that offensive line, Drew. And I do like Breece Hall, though. I'm a big fan as a safety valve. I think he's a very, very good player.
My issue is, so their O-line, they drafted Mekhi Becton. They signed Tyron Smith. Like, they have improved their O-line, I think, enough to make it marginally better than what it was last season. They got Hassan Reddick now rushing the passer. They signed Mike Williams, or traded for Mike Williams. So I think overall, like, Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams, definitely the best receiving. Actually, no, I was going to say Miami. Second best receiving trio in the division. Probably one of the top ones in the conference. If Mike Williams can stay healthy. That's the thing. All these Jets fans are like, oh, Mike Williams is so good. This guy hasn't finished the season in his career, Cam.
Mike Williams will not finish this season. Like, if you think this guy's going to, have you not watched like any Charger games over?
And I love the guy from Clemson. He's a Clemson guy.
I know you're all your Clemson guys. Like, Lawrence gets hurt. This guy gets hurt.
Dude, Mike Williams broke his neck in college and came back.
I know.
Like,
it's true. It's true. But Clemson players seem to have a lot of bad luck. A lot of their guys get hurt for some reason. Like, you can even look at, like, Drew, wouldn't you say? Like, take a look at all the Clemson guys when they play. Like, a lot of them who stayed healthy.
DeAndre Hopkins pretty much only.
DeAndre Hopkins is probably the most durable guy, right? Good call by you. I just think it's a lot to ask. And everybody, all those teams that everybody pumps up, I like to do the opposite. And the Jets are one of these teams that everyone thinks is just going to take the next step. They're not going to be as bad as last year, but do I trust Aaron Rodgers to stay healthy? No. Do I think there's going to be injuries with Williams? Yes. I think this team is going to be banged up, and I don't trust their coaching staff. I think Salah, is one of the worst coaches in the league. That's my opinion.
Okay, so their over-under for wins is 9.5. If Rodgers stays healthy, can they go 10-7?
Yes. So we have to go. If we're going to go over with the Bills, we have to look at.
Oh yeah, I got it right here.
That's not going to do well, but we'll pick on the other teams in the division. So I think the Jets are probably.
I'm ready. I got their schedule ready, so I'm ready for you to say.
Oh, God help me. Okay, let's go.
Week 1, San Francisco 49ers in New York.
Loss.
Ooh, okay. Week 2.
Oh, yeah. I think Rodgers is going to be ready in game 1. The guy's still halfway, like,
isn't it crazy?
On a mountain.
Monday Night Football again. Can you imagine he got hurt? Like, that's a bad D-line to go against your first game.
I don't sound like a jerk, but I'd like to bet a prop on, like, will Rodgers go down week 1 again? So
will he finish the game? Yeah. Okay.
It's worth the
week
bet.
2, also prime time. Thursday Night Football. Patriots come to town.
They should win that game.
Okay, week 3 against Minnesota Vikings.
They'll probably win. Minnesota's got they'll get better at the end of the season. They got a lot of growing pains.
Okay, week 4 Steelers.
That could be a loss. That's no gimme. I think the Steelers are going to be very, very hard to deal with, and I think that division's full of killers. So I'm going to say loss there, Drew.
Oh, apologies in advance. I'm doing the schedule in a weird order because the way this graphic is. So I went weeks 1, 3, 5. So I got to go 2 and 4 right here. Okay, week 2, Tennessee Titans. Week 2, Cam. I already got. Don't worry, I got the wins.
Will Levis, hallelujah, yeah, win.
Ooh, okay. Week 4, Denver Broncos.
Win.
Okay, that's 4 to the first 5 wins. Cam.
I don't like. This is not going to go.
Week
well.
6 at home against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football.
Loss. I already said Bills would beat them twice. So remember.
Steelers.
Loss.
Okay, New England Patriots again.
The Patriots might steal one from them, but loss.
Okay. Wait, is the Jets losing to New England?
No. Yeah, beating New England. Sorry.
Okay. Houston Texans, week 9.
Loss.
Okay. Week 10, Arizona.
Win, but it won't be easy.
Okay. Week 11, Indianapolis Colts.
Win, but I don't know, man. Indianapolis is a weird team. Win.
Week 12 bye. Week 13 at home against your Seattle Seahawks.
They'll beat the Seahawks.
Okay. Week 14 in Miami.
Loss.
Okay. Week 15 in Jacksonville. I wonder if they stay in Florida for that. Like Miami,
I wonder too. Yeah, that's an interesting. So I'll go loss there, but that one's a toss-up. Yep, like everything.
Okay. Yep. Week 16, LA Rams come to town.
Though I don't know, the Rams could be an interesting team this year.
I think the Rams will be a lot better than people expect.
I think the Rams are going to be very good, actually, but I'll say loss there because they're on the road.
No, it's a loss for the Rams.
Yes, but
Okay,
because
good.
you said it's Rams at
Yeah,
Jets,
yeah.
correct? Okay,
Yeah,
then
yep.
I'll take the Jets.
Buffalo against the Bills, week
Loss.
17. Okay, and then week 18 of Miami at home.
Loss.
So you have them finishing 9-7, Cam, below the win total that you said they're going over.
I said 10, so it's like one win between them.
I'm just saying. So that means that this isn't a go-to bet for you. Like this is on the
No.
This is like you're not going to be betting the Jets win total based.
I almost want to take the under because everyone thinks it's going over. And the best news is we've talked about this on many shows, Drew. And if you're going to bet an over, you better be pretty damn confident in the team, their backups, and everybody else. The best way to attack totals is betting unders because nothing can get better. Freak injuries in the preseason.
Oh, Cam,
Rodgers,
the
Williams.
Jets over under was 10.5 last year, and it was plus money. And then as soon as Rodgers went down, you were like, cash that one.
That's what we're talking about. We had the under last year, and we'll do it. No, Drew, I'll do it again because I don't think they're going to stay healthy. And I know that's you can look at it, but you have to look at the backup of the positions and go, can they maintain?
Tyrod's a very good backup though, compared to most.
I'll agree. Tyrod, I know he did a really good job with a bad Giants team, so let's give him credit.
Yeah, right? I mean, he should have beaten Buffalo in Buffalo. That was a crazy game.
So
9.5 plus 140 to the under. So you're switching from the over to the under after your schedule prediction.
Yeah, I'm going. I will. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go over. I don't like it.
I liked it 10. I actually like 10, but you gave me 9, so I kind of like the over. But one game because of injuries. Let's just say this: it's a bet that I think can go either way.
I will not be making it. It's too close. Yeah,
correct.
I think they're right on the borderline of there. Okay, Cam, moving on. You think the Jets suck? We got it.
I didn't say that at all.
I know. I'm just joking. Miami Dolphins, third favorite in the division. Tua Tagovailoa led the league in passing. Cam had a great passing season, not great rushing season. They're plus 210 to win the division. Major changes. They lost Christian Wilkins. They lost Robert Hunt. They lost Andrew Van Ginkel. I know they replaced him with Chop Robinson in the first round.
Yep.
But Cam, they're going to have some big issues on their defensive side. They got Poyer at safety. Probably a downgrade from Brandon Jones, if we're being honest.
I agree.
What do you think of this team? I mean, they got Odell.
I think they're an 8 or 9 win.
Wilson. You think 8 or 9?
They're an 8 or 9 win football team.
Do you think they regress hard?
Well, how many wins do you think they have?
I think they.
If I think Buffalo's going to win with 11, and I think the Jets are probably going to have 9 or 10. Not everybody in the division, like New England, might.
I think we could see the same thing as last year, Cam, where both Miami and Buffalo have 11 wins.
I think Miami will have 10 wins.
Okay, so that you just spoiled the ending that you think the Bills are winning the division, but okay. So you think Miami's going 10-7? Their over under is a 9.5.
Yeah. This is a hard game to play, Drew.
I know.
You're asking me to do all this stuff. You're just saying, oh,
you're the guinea pig here. You're the guinea pig.
Yeah, I am. I don't like it. I don't like the way things are happening right here. So how many wins is we haven't got to New England yet? This is
this will be fun. Okay, when you have 0-17. Okay, Miami Dolphins schedule, Cam. Week 1, Jacksonville.
Win.
Okay, week 2, Buffalo comes to town for Thursday Night Football.
Loss.
Okay, week 3, Seattle.
They'll beat. I'm so bad. I bet against my team every game. I just want low expectations. Win for Miami, yes.
Wow. So I think you have Seattle getting swept so far in the AFC East.
Week
4, Tennessee. Rematch of the crazy.
Revenge, yeah. See, this is not going to well. I'm going to have 12 wins for Miami. Keep on going. Going.
Week 5, New England.
Win.
Week 7, Indy.
I'm going to say they lose that game.
Okay. Week 8, Arizona.
Win.
Week 9, Buffalo, in Buffalo.
Loss.
Okay. Week 10, LA Rams.
I think they can lose to the Rams.
In LA on Monday Night Football, yeah?
Yep. Damn right they can.
Okay. Week 11, Raiders come to town.
Tough game, but Miami wins.
Okay. Week 12, New England comes to town.
Miami wins.
Week 13, they go to Green Bay.
Loss.
Ooh. Week 14.
Green Bay's gonna be good this year, buddy.
Yeah, I got some doubts. We'll have it
okay.
Week 14, Jets.
I'll go with the Jets.
Okay. Week 15, Houston.
Loss.
Week 16, San Fran.
Loss.
Week 17, Cleveland Browns.
Win.
Really? Okay. Week 18, Jets.
Win.
So you got them going 9-8. Sorry. So below their win total. So again, another win total that you don't think you will be betting on, right?
No. This is the trickiest game ever. Drew's throwing bullets at me. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. And predicting every game without even knowing what's happening in the season is a very hard thing.
No, but it's fun. It's a good exercise.
I wouldn't say it's fun. It's actually very difficult. And I'm just going to say this. I think Miami has a lot of question marks. I think Tua, and another thing is I really cheer for the kid, but I'm going to tell you, Drew, when you're messing with head injuries and the injuries that he's had before, I think it's a real big problem.
Cam, and their gauntlet to end the season: Packers, Jets, Texans, San Fran,
that's
Cleveland.
a murderer's row. They could lose all those games, actually.
That's what I mean. They could be 7-3 and just like, bam, see you later season.
Yep. That's exactly it. And Cleveland's going to be a lot better. You talked about Houston's a very good team. San Francisco are killers. Like, that's the whole thing. And that's the thing about the NFL. Oh, we're cruising right now. And then you're like, uh-oh. And then when things grew, sports, when things go bad, they go really bad. That 2-game losing streak turns into a 5-game losing streak. And then
they have a 3-game lead with 3 weeks left in the division.
Yeah. McDaniel, Mr. Smart Guy, yeah, he's full of answers, eh? Just take another hit off your vape pen. Give me an answer. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of that guy. I think he's
I don't like people that think they're the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just like, listen, I get it. You're a smart guy. You're head coach of an NFL team. But...
Really, though? I watch the guy coach. I think he makes a lot of stupid decisions.
I love his face when something goes wrong. He's just like,
I know. It's like, I'm not that smart. Okay. You know what? I'll take Andy Reid, who looks like the dumbest guy in the room, over any one of those turkeys. How's that sound?
Without question. The best is you see Mike McCarthy complain about Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is getting involved way too much. Like, dude, he's the general manager and the owner. What are you talking about?
Mike McCarthy, you're lucky to have a job. He must know where the bodies are buried. But anyway, we'll get to Dallas in a future episode.
New England Patriots, lowest win total on the board out of any team in the league, Cam, 4.5 wins. Cam, I feel like just blindly you got to be like over because like 4.5 is ridiculous.
I almost have to bet it.
But
5 wins.
But under 4.5, Cam, it's plus 130. If you go alt under 3.5, it's plus 250. So we're gonna go, Cam. Look at their schedule right now. If you give them only 3 wins, I'm betting this under 3.5. So let's see.
The thing is, it's in the NFL. It's like it's
hard. I know, Cam.
Even
if anything can happen, someone gets hurt, some back quarterbacks in, they beat them, and it's just like. The New England should have lost to the Jets this year to secure first overall, and they're like, no, let's beat this team and get third, and they missed out on Caleb Williams because of it.
New England still has some good players on the defensive side of the ball. It's not like
I think the issue is like, they might just go full tank and not even play their quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like it might be a Brissett season, right? Which I think it will be.
Brissett's not even that bad. There's way worse guys than Brissett out there.
I mean, he's not good.
No, he's a serviceable NFL player.
For sure. But there's no real talent.
No, I'm not saying Jacoby Brissett's great. I'm just saying there's a hell of like there could be worse options anyway.
So here's their changes, Cam. They went from Mac Jones to Brissett. Obviously, they drafted Drake May.
That's an upgrade. Mac Jones sucks.
For sure. Mac Wilson to Jalen Polk. Devontae Parker is now KJ Osborne. They got Antonio Gibson at running back instead of Zeke. Obviously,
that's an upgrade there too.
Farrell Brown to Austin Hooper. You
know what? I'm starting to like this 4
they
wins
upgraded a bunch of spots
with New England.
Okay, so let's look at their schedule. Week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Loss.
Okay, week 2 Seattle.
Loss.
We
got to give Seattle 1 win.
Week 3 New York Jets.
Loss. Did I have that, or I don't even know what I did before? I'm probably contradicting myself. Loss.
Whatever. You already contradicted yourself at least once. Week 4 San Fran.
Loss.
Week 5 Miami.
Gotta win 1 game, don't they? No, the loss, and then they win the next.
They've never beaten Tua. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Who's next?
Week 7 Houston.
Oh, that's a loss.
Or week 6 Houston. Okay. Week 7 Jacksonville.
That's. You know what? I'll give them a win there.
Oh, okay. You got 1. Okay. New York Jets. Week 8.
Loss.
Week 9 Tennessee Titans.
Loss.
Week 10 Chicago Bears.
Win.
Oh.
We haven't seen Williams play yet. Let's feel it out. Maybe
week 11, LA Rams.
Loss.
Yeah, the Rams sweeping the division. Miami Dolphins, week 12.
Loss.
Week 13, Indianapolis Colts.
Loss.
Bye week, then week 15, Arizona Cardinals.
Loss.
Week 16, Buffalo Bills.
Loss.
Week 17, LA Chargers.
Loss.
And then week 18 to end the season against the Buffalo Bills.
Loss. So I have them winning 2 games.
You have them winning 2 games, Cam. I'm going all thunder. I'm going all thunder. I like you're like, I love the changes. I think I'm going to go over 4.5. Then you have them winning 2 games, and you didn't even want to give them that second win. I know you were like, I'll give them that Jacksonville.
That's why this game is impossible. It sounds like they should get 5, and then I got to look at their schedule, Drew, and say, you know what, they might be like a 2 or 3.
I'm going all under 3.5. I think they can win 3 games.
I
plus
don't
250, Cam.
Players don't tank, but organizations do. And the thing is, with Robert Kraft there and all the success that he's had too, if things go, you know what it is, Drew? It's very simple. If things go real south out of the gate and they start 0-6 or whatever, that's flag time. But if they grind out a couple, like they find a way to win a game and go, whoa, it's not as bad as we thought, then we're in big trouble. But things can go south very, very fast because that schedule off the top, would it shock you if they started 0-6? Not me.
Cam, I don't know like if they can win a game on the schedule. Like it's with
Okay.
like maybe Chicago. Like that's the only one I
No,
only
that's
one I
the
can
thing,
be like for sure they'll be in is Chicago. Unless some crazy they might beat Seattle too. Seattle I don't think is gonna be very good.
I agree. No, I'm a Seattle fan, and it could be a tough year for the Seahawks this year. Like they're probably going to win about five or six.
But like week 1 against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, they're gonna get slaughtered.
Oh yeah,
like
with Cincinnati with all the guys coming back, they're
Yeah.
they're gonna use New England as like they're gonna mop the floor with them.
and like
I know.
yeah, I can't.
Bills to win the division still.
Okay, yeah. So
Is
we
that
got
what we
division.
got?
The division, yeah. So we're finished the win totals. We had Bills were the only over we liked. We love the under for New England, Miami and Jets. We both don't want to bet.
I think the
total on
Jets one could go over. Like if you were to say there's 4 teams, I'm going to go Bills over. Jets is right on the fence, lean over. Dolphins lean under. Now you've sold me Patriots under, even though it's the craziest low total. I hate doing that, Drew. It's like when we do props, I love betting on the tight
But
end.
Cam,
Like,
it's
remember
good because
Kyle
you're
Rudolph?
like that team's got to win 4 games. Then you look at their schedule, you're like, oh shit, maybe not. Like it's a good exercise.
I'm with you. Like now I'm sorry.
Okay, so division odds: Bills plus 165, Jets plus 185, Dolphins plus 210, and New England plus 2700. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills to repeat until 17 gets injured or leaves the team. I don't care who the rest of the roster is. We saw it with the AFC West 2 years ago, and everyone was like, Mahomes is by himself. All he has is Kelsey. And they walked away with the division. I think
Another
the same
thing
thing
is,
happens
Drew,
here.
I think the Jets might be a great bet, but we're also betting on health.
Yes.
For you to take the Jets in the division, you have to think Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, Breece Hall probably stays healthy, key defensive players stay healthy, and I also don't. And also, I will give one game for Salah and his staff screwing up a game that they should win with bad decisions. So I think it's a very listen.
To me, Cam, Miami's
win
still the second best team in the division. I don't believe this Jets hype where they've.
I think Miami's third in the division. Actually,
Really?
I think I know why though. But as I said before, I think I don't think Tua can play. I hate to say this. I think he's really close to being like in big trouble. Like he
impressed me last season. He stayed healthy the whole time, Cam.
What?
He stayed healthy the entire last season, Cam.
You saw what happened in those games, though, at the end of the season. He didn't look so hot.
Well, it was also because it was minus 700.
Yeah,
he did only score 2 offensive touchdowns the last 2 weeks of the season. So you're right. When it gets cold, things hit the fan in Miami. They're definitely a September, October football team. Yeah. So if you have their fantasy players, try and trade them. Like come week 8 before the deadline in your fantasy league, be like, hey, you want Tyreek? You want Jalen Waddle? You want Tua? That's when you offload them. Anyways. I like the Bills. Cam likes the Bills. Cam likes most of the unders except the Bills. He likes them going over. And we like the alt under for the New England Patriots. Under 3.5 plus 250. Nothing can go wrong.
Dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous. That does it for our AFC East Division preview. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Please click like. Please click subscribe. And we will see you next week for our AFC West preview.
This has been Drew and Stu. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.